My name is Vicki Davis. I'm a resident of Pima County for a long time. And I want to thank you very much for putting the call to the public at the beginning of the meetings. It really is very helpful. Thank you for listening to that. I was astounded when I heard that Mr. Huckleberry was advocating raising our property taxes again. I immediately called his office and anyway, eventually emailed to express how harmful this is to those of us who are on fixed incomes, who are retired, who are poor, or even who are middle class. But he simply doubled down, informing me that he thinks we should also raise the gas tax because it hasn't been raised in 25 years, and that we would just have to agree to disagree. But that argument isn't logical, because raising the gas tax just because it hasn't been raised is no better an argument than lowering the gas tax because it hasn't been lowered in 25 years, or keeping the gas tax the same because it has been the same for 25 years. It's illogical and doesn't make any sense. This kind of response is not what I expect of a supervisor we pay over $300,000 a year for. I expect you to listen to the blessing that was given, where you're concerned with the welfare, the well-being, use skillful thinking, speech, action, be responsive, constructive, and productive. I have to disagree with Mr. Weaver's assessment that you have taken us through difficult economic times. Rather, you have waged economic jihad on those of us who can't afford it. I expect you to come up with better responses than blaming the state, increasing spending on your pet projects, and raising taxes. Where's all the money gone that you've been given to spend on our roads, and now you have to maneuver your way all the way from Craycroft to Pima to Speedway to Stone to avoid dangerous things. I urge you to reconsider solving all your problems by raising taxes. Thank you.
Thank you. Jerry Ottoboni.
Good morning, Madam Chairman and Board of Supervisors. My name is Jerry Ottoboni and I live in Oro Valley. Mr. Huckleberry, because he can't live within his budget and do some cutting, wants to raise your property taxes again. Even though he just raised them and a nonpartisan group stated that that was a very bad idea in a bad economy. Seniors and others who are living on a fixed income are expected to live within their budget, even if it means in the summer raising their air conditioning to 86 and in the winter dropping it to 59 to save money. Some even cutting back on food purchases. In Los Angeles, they have 10 million taxpayers, and the salary for their administrator is $340,000, which is only $20,000 less than Mr. Huckleberry. In San Diego, they're 5 million, and their administrator is being paid $187,000. In Maricopa County, with a $2 million administrator, $2 million people, their administrators pay $220,000 a year. Pima County only has 999,000 people, and Mr. Huckleberry is paid $320,000, and that doesn't include any other things he gets, $20,000 less than LA County, and $100,000 more than Maricopa. Shocking. In this state, with our taxes going up and being the highest, people are leaving. Who would want to come to Pima County? It is obvious that Mr. Huckleberry is overpaid and not doing a very good job. We, the taxpayers, are paying for a lobbyist up in the state. His contract is for $140,000 a year, plus $190 an hour. We have an organization called the CSA, County Supervisors Association, who would pay $89,000 a year. They could do a job for the lobbyists. Mr. Huckleberry can't say he did not know what the governor was doing. It was in the news. And because it was in the news, and if his lobbyist was not doing his job and would have told Mr. Huckleberry, then apparently he did not tell Mr. Huckleberry, and the lobbyist is doing a lousy job as well. Either Mr. Huckleberry needs to do his job in cutting on his spending, or leave and let someone else who can do a better job, because apparently he's not capable anymore. Thank you.
Lou Sampson.
Hi, my name is Lou Sampson. I'm from Green Valley. And I've only been coming to these meetings for maybe a couple of months, but I have noticed some patterns emerging, and that is groupthink. And the first time I saw it was when Supervisor Miller voted no on 2 contracts, and the 4 of you voted yes. And then she explained why she voted no, and it was because there was lack of information and incomplete contracts, which makes perfect sense to me on why to vote no. But that was my first example of groupthink. The second example was on the discretionary policy, spending policy. Twice she tried to bring that up for a vote, and 4 of you voted to continue the policy. So finally you voted no, and I thank you for that, but that was another example of group thinking. And now Supervisor Miller has brought up the open study session. She tried it once previously, and 4 of you voted to not do it. So now I hope today you can vote for it, because I don't understand why anybody wouldn't want the public to see where our money's going. I don't know, it could be just number 1, you think we're really stupid and we don't know how to read a budget. Or number 2, you're hiding something. That's all I can think of it is. And the only solutions Mr. Huckleberry ever comes up with is raising our taxes, raising our fees, let's have another bond. We are bonded sky high in this county. We can't afford anymore. I really want to thank Supervisor Miller for bringing this up today again. And I hope that maybe with new eyes, public eyes, looking at the budget, we can find some waste, which I'm sure is in there. We can find programs that are redundant. We can find programs that need to be stopped because they are no longer applicable. And I want to thank her for including citizens in this process, because we haven't been included for a long time. And I urge you to please allow the public to have a study session on this budget, because it's not only the right thing to do, it is the moral thing to do. So please think of that when you're voting. Thank you.